My fiancé, 24F, made a friend at the dog park, 28M, and now he is stalking her. I, 23M, got a text while I was at work a couple days ago that my recently enfianced girlfriend of nearly 8 years, 24F, was going to get food with a friend at 9:30 p.m. I finally arrived home at 11:30 p.m. that day to find she was not home. Her car was still here and she was in a different part of town, maybe half a mile away. We share locations of our cell phones. I call, text her to see if she's okay and says she's fine, but after that apparently things get weird. The guy, 28M, she was hanging out with starts making moves and she texts me our safe word. Paranoid me was already waiting at the window with my keys. I pick her up and the guy says, I hope you don't think this was, no shit, Sherlock, that was all you needed to say. My fiancé was terrified and shaking. We talked a bit about why you can't rely on strangers for your ride home. Apparently he told her, he doesn't have to know, while he was refusing to take her home and trying to touch her thighs. This guy now came over yesterday and knocked on the door while I was at work, wondering what if any options I have beyond boilerplate violence. Edit. They apparently have been at the dog park a number of times over the last few weeks. My fiancé is kind of reclusive, to say the least, and I'm more than happy for her to make friends. Not just a random dude by any means. Edit 2. I believe the play-by-play was this fiancé took dogs to dog park. Met guy there, they talk and decide they were going to hang out and have dinner. Takes dogs home, guy picks her up and goes to local establishment. Each pay for their own food and go to his place for a fire. They aren't alone, there are other people inside. I call her concerned about her not being home at midnight without her car with her. She says I'm fine, I'll be home in 20. Then he suggests they smoke before she leaves. He gets weird after this, dodges bringing her home and makes moves. She texts safe word and I bust ass over there. Next day at 3 in the afternoon he shows up at my front door while I'm working. Fiancé terrified. I didn't see the text in time to bust ass out of work and perform boilerplate violence. Edit 3. I believe I went back to work at 7 o'clock from lunch. She mentioned she was going to the dog park then and usually spends an hour or two there. After reviewing text timestamps, got text informing me of going out to eat at 9:36 p.m. I text her at 11:46 p.m. Are you okay? No response for 10 minutes. So I drove to her location and called her, cause I'm thinking this is exactly a murder mystery situation. Car left at house etc. per above, and am picked up immediately 11:55 p.m. I believe I heard a couple people in the background during the phone call. She said she was fine and everything. I text her at 12:05 a.m. How are you getting home? After I leave no response. Again 12:23 a.m. When should I expect you home? Responds a minute later, soon finishing a smoke. Then, at 12:49 a.m. she texts me with our safe word. See Edit 2. Edit 4. Apparently this guy also has a girlfriend. Per my most recent conversation with my fiancé, we will be tracking her down and informing her. According to my fiancé, she was very clear with him that I existed, was wearing her rings etc. If she was acting when I picked her up it was impeccable, but she is not known to be manipulative in the past. Edit 5. Upon questioning the following morning, she recounted everything clearly and coherently. She was glancing to her left rapidly the whole time, and did not stutter, think or otherwise drag out the explanation. The timeline matched clearly. Previous mental history is consistent with others who may make these same mistakes. She was also not concerned about me checking her phone for any reason, though I declined to actually go through it. I will be cross-referencing all this with Jackass Saturday afternoon to see how well their stories match and go from there. So far as I'm aware 28 male has not shown up again. So wait, she met him at the dog park and then went to dinner with him? Did she just meet him? How does he know where you live? If he's following her around, she can report it to the police, but she will need to do that, not you. Fiancé took dogs to dog park. Met guy there, they talk and decide they were going to hang out and have dinner. Takes dogs home, guy picks her up and goes to local establishment. Each pay for their own food and go to his place for a fire and smoking. My God, red flags, red flags, red flags. Are you sure she is an adult? This man is certainly a problem. But your fiancé is too. Your fiancé meets a man, agrees to have dinner with him, gives him your address, and then spends 2 hours with him? What the fuck? Dude may have been creepy, but your wife was on a date. She went on a date with him? And she did drugs with him? At his place? Without a means to get home on her own? Really? Really? This is very weird. My girlfriend would never in a million years go out with a male friend she met at the dog park to do drugs at his place at night, just like I wouldn't. Maybe we have a different culture and where you're from it's not seen as bad. Still, this is very weird for me. Maybe if it happened I wouldn't think she cheated because I trust her 100%, but it just wouldn't happen. There has to be some sort of line. How do I 32 male tell my girlfriend 33 female I do not like her new lips? I am so lost. I love her and of course find her attractive in every which way. I don't care if she gains 100 pounds. But there's something different when it comes to this lip filler stuff. Or any sort of plastic surgery or enhancement. It just does not make sense why women do this stuff to their face. We have a trip in a month to see my family and she was adamant that she had to get her lips done before the trip. She got them yesterday. Yes, I still find her extremely beautiful and attractive, but at the same time the lips just look silly. I realize it's like this internet look. Her face does not stand out the same way, it's got this look to just look good for a picture, and that's it kind of look. I don't know how to explain it. Not to mention she wants more Botox and eventually a chin tuck? Or chin something. I am continuing to be supportive, but I try to also tell her she doesn't need it and more beautiful without it. But she insists it's necessary. Maybe as a man I will just never understand what a woman goes through when they start to go through their 30s. My hair is starting to thin and recede in some areas, so maybe it's similar to that, because that does not feel good and I wish there were easy solutions like a quick injection. Women are definitely under more pressure than men to keep up appearances, and I find that very unfair. I guess my concern is if she feels the need to do this for me? Or is it for herself? Is it a problem for me if it's for herself? Is she trying to look better for other people? I do not understand it, but I know if I tell her I don't like it will kill her confidence. Any advice? If she just got them done, they will go down a bit over the next few days and not be as noticeable. Just be honest? No point in being cryptic about it. She might not ever catch on to the hints. Be respectful, but be honest. She got them done yesterday, they are gonna look weird. They should start looking more normal after a couple of weeks. Most unattractive fad I've seen is current Instagram beauty standards. Ugly as homemade sin. I wouldn't say anything yet. They are gonna look comical for a few days while the filler settles. It likely will look fine for your trip. Now they prob look overstuffed. As a girl and a spouse, don't listen to any of these people. If you want to know exactly what to say to her without her being upset with you or feeling unattractive, because that will for sure not go well, tell her that her natural beauty isn't something a doctor or Botox can enhance. Cheesy, but it would work for me. I am 23, went down on my F22, and something was off. Too long did not read. I went down on my girlfriend and got a strong latex smell that did not go away. Wondering if there is a reasonable explanation or if the worst case seems more likely. For context, my girlfriend and I have been together for over a year and are pretty sexually active. We have had a pretty good relationship despite a few arguments and even have plans to move in together. I've come to learn a lot about her body in that time and about the difference of taste of down there, based on different scenarios. Whether that be after working out, fresh out of the shower, not fresh out of the shower, etc. I have never felt off about going down on her or tasted anything bad throughout our relationship. She is a very clean person. However, the other day she got home after work and a doctor's appointment, dentist, and she asked to go on a walk to the park, so we went and walked around. We then walked home, took a shower and hung out for the rest of the night. I go down on my girlfriend pretty frequently and decided to again that night. While I was down, there I got the strongest smell of latex. I was really thrown off because we don't use condoms and I have never once smelled something down there that even resembled latex over the year plus that I've known her. I didn't ask about the smell because I had no idea how to even go about asking that, and I wouldn't want to hurt her feelings if it's nothing because I'd imagine that wouldn't go over so well. I haven't really had a reason to believe she's cheated on me, but I don't know enough about the woman's body to ease my mind about what I think that smell could mean. So I'm more looking for some insight, advice or perspective into this matter. Has something like this happened to you? Were your fears correct, or is there an explanation? From Google. A latex-like smell from the vagina could indicate bacterial vaginosis, BV. Particularly if accompanied by other symptoms like a grayish-white discharge or a fishy odor. BV is a common vaginal infection caused by an imbalance of bacteria in the vagina. It's important to consult with a healthcare professional for proper diagnosis and treatment, which may involve antibiotics. Bacterial vaginosis can smell rubbery. That's honestly more likely than you smelling residual condom from an illicit tryst during a dentist appointment. It should resolve itself on its own within a couple of days. Can just be a result of a little bacterial infection. I wouldn't really think twice about it personally. A woman. I mean, my initial intuition would also suggest some kind of cheap dildo being able to give off that smell. Or another kind of sex toy. But even if the worst happened, the time frame makes no sense. If she walks around, goes to shower and then you go down on her, that's a lot of moving pieces that would have gotten rid of a condom smell by then. I say, before this weird suspicion strains your relationship, you should ask her if she has any intimate wash she uses that might give off a weird scent, or whether she used a toy on herself while you were in the shower still. And if that doesn't yield any result, tell her you're concerned that it reminded you of condom smell. BV. The 2 times I've gotten it, it smelled strong like rubber and not at all like fish. Condoms don't leave a vagina smelling like latex for hours, and especially not after a shower as well. It's not condoms. It's most likely BV, which is common and easily treatable and more likely than not developed as a direct cause of you and the fact that you guys don't use condoms. So don't get weird with her because of what you put inside her lol. You're not using condoms with her, so it's almost guaranteed to be BV. BV can oftentimes smell like rubber, latex. And yes, going at it raw can and often does cause BV. The pH gets thrown off from the pre-ejaculate and ejaculation. Stuff goes wrong, boom, she's got BV. Help me understand why my M25 boyfriend was so angry with me F26. I need help understanding a conversation that happened between me and my boyfriend of 5 years. Boyfriend came home from work with a new Yeti cooler and I asked, "Oh, that's new, where'd you get it?" He said, "Why does it matter?" This of course made me confused and I asked, "What do you mean?" He went in to turn his Xbox on and ignored me. I asked again, "What do you mean?" All I asked was where you got the Yeti? He got mad again and said, "Why does it fucking matter?" I got it from my mom. He doesn't talk to him mom normally, so I was surprised and asked, "Oh, your mom came to your work?" Quote. And he said, "No." I was surprised and asked, "Why are you getting so angry?" And he responded, "Because you're asking stupid questions." I probably should have just left it there, but I was genuinely curious because he hasn't seen his mom since last August and also because he's adamant about not leaving work to the point he orders delivery for lunch every day, so I said, "Oh, so you left work and went to his mom's workplace?" He got so angry he threw his controller on his desk and said, "Will you just shut up?" and went to the bathroom. I was really shocked. I worked from home today and was waiting for him to get home for some human interaction. Maybe I took it too far. Why would he respond this way? Too long did not read. My boyfriend got really angry when I questioned him when he got home and I'm not sure why. Maybe he's an asshole. You didn't take it too far. He owes you an apology at the very least. Does he often get angry at you for asking benign questions? 3 reasonable explanations. 1. Your boyfriend is a 2. Your boyfriend is not telling the truth. 3. Your boyfriend was pissed off by something and you became his punching ball, big jerk. He has not wrote to speak to you this way. You were too passive, though I can understand at some point because it was so sudden. From what you told us, if nothing is missing in your story except your boyfriend Pav, he needs to cool down and give you a solid excuse and explanation. The lack of respect is unacceptable. It's time to find someone who doesn't treat you like crap. There is so much more going on here than just this incident that we don't know. That little boy better start talking to you right. What the hell? Disrespectful for absolutely no reason at all. You should be the one angry right now.